Well, the new film dropped. This was very interesting. I had liked it. There was a lot that went down that I really did enjoy. And if you're thinking about checking this out, then definitely do that because I believe it is well worth the effort. To be honest, I didn't have high hopes going into this because it looked like it was going to be boring and generic, but I'm thankful that it ended up surprising me in a lot of ways. So the story of this film is that a widowed mother, she goes on a blind date, and when she's on her date, she gets these drops, these messages, threatening her son if she doesn't do certain things, all the while she tries to find out who is behind it all. Yeah, I have to say that director Christopher Landon did such a great job here. Even if I haven't seen any other movie he had worked on, there is a nice amount of tension built throughout the narrative here. For example, there are moments within this film where I was on the edge of my seat, not knowing who was causing this woman so much stress. Even though the third act felt rushed in tone and pace, it didn't ruin my experience with this movie. Sure, I had to suspend my disbelief at certain moments, but for the most part, this is a highly enjoyable thriller that most people will have a good time with. I'm actually glad this wasn't another generic thriller because nothing's more frustrating than watching the main characters and they make asinine decisions. Thankfully, that's not the case here. I thought the chemistry between Megan Fahey and Brandon Sklenar actually was great. They felt like actual human beings. Violet and Henry, definitely there were cool characters. Even when Violet seemed distressed, you could tell that her date was like, is everything alright? And I think that's what really makes it compelling because we're going on this journey with these two characters. And while they're on a date, they really try to make it as normal as possible. But cinematography was great. That shot in the trailer where it shows them about a drink, that shot of vodka, I should say. They ain't had to do that, but they did, which makes it all the more intriguing to watch. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. It is definitely really enjoyable. At the end of the day, this does a good job of giving a good narrative, some engaging characters, and overall just a fun experience from beginning to end. I'm giving this film a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I could definitely see myself going back to rewatch this because it's so engaging. It reminds me of the movie Red Eye, where the majority of it takes place in one location. And while that could have been the detriment of this, it actually was one of its strong suits here. Not only that, but it keeps things simple. There's not a convoluted plot like I've seen in other thrillers throughout the years. It's just an entertaining thrill ride where it'll have you on the edge of your seat all the way till the end credits. And that's my review of Drop. Okay, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie. Alright, this is Slim Guy 172 saying peace out.